Hi, you guys. Courtney Clark here with Set the Stage. We're so excited to be here today with Lynn Buckway. He is an agent that we have worked with since 2018, so we have a fantastic relationship with him. I can actually say a long-term relationship with him. We absolutely love and respect him so much. He's a fantastic agent. So I want to be able to share a little bit about him. One thing, and you can already see, I have only ever seen Lynn not dress professional 3 times, and that includes social media. He is always dressed so professional, and I appreciate that so much about you because you set the bar really high and you take your profession very seriously. You recognize that you're dealing with people's personal asset, the largest one they have, and that's not a joke.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. That's pretty much why, not to mention whether I'm showing homes or I'm representing someone in any facet of whatever I'm doing, right? I'm representing a seller or representing a buyer when I'm interacting with others. And so, yeah, the way that I present myself, I feel like it's a reflection of my clients, and I feel like it helps me to do a better job. And maybe it's getting a buyer's offer accepted in this market the way that it is now. It's a big feat to get one.
Yeah, it's competitive. I completely agree. And I do think it sets you apart, especially when you're comparing, okay, this guy A is walking in, guy B is walking in. If one's presenting themselves as a professional and the other one's kind of casual about it, which one are you honestly actually going to consider? For me personally, I want the professional. The other thing that I notice about Lynn is that he is a fantastic listener. I've personally been in the room where he's having to interact with his clients, and you do such a good job at, number one, validating their situation, their concerns, and then pausing to actually listen and not rush through. You're very intentional about your time with your clients, and I love that.
Yeah, well, that's funny that you noticed that. That I am very validating, but I can say that I guess I don't really work on that. It's just kind of, I guess, a part of who I've become. But yeah, no, it's great. And I love when clients tell me, I know that you have other clients, but I feel like I'm your only one. So that's a really good thing, especially in the industry that I'm in and everything, to be balancing a whole bunch of things, but somebody kind of gets that feeling that I'm their only client.
I probably could go on and on, but I want people to hear from you. What are some things that they should consider when selecting an agent and choosing the Buckway group?
Oh, well, that's a great question. And all I would say is really, I'm on a mission to, my slogan is providing the ultimate real estate experience. So I want to provide such a great level of service and get the results that people need, that when it comes time to refer an agent, that I'm the obvious choice, my team and I.
I love that you said that, because the fact that you hit on experience alone, like people want to have an experience. I love that ultimately your one of your main goals is your experience needs to be a really great one. So go ahead and tell everyone some of the things, some of the services that you provide. So if I were going to sell my house or I was going to buy a new house and I was picking you as my agent, tell me some services I would get.
Okay, so let's start with sellers. All right, so working with sellers, every seller's in a different situation, but in general, I like to meet with everyone up front. And there's a very big educational portion to go through to make sure they realize what to expect from myself and my team, what they need to expect of themselves, and the process from where they are now all the way through to when the sale happens. As far as sellers go, what I like to do is, first of all, have you and your team come out for a pre-listing consultation. And so they come out, they create a checklist of here's exactly what you need to do to get your home ready for photos and for showings, and why as well, why it's like that. And so I know that by the time the photographer shows up there, that it's going to be looking good. They just have to follow your checklist, and it turns out really good every time.
Awesome.
And so, yeah, and that's one of my secrets to how I sell homes for at least 4.4% higher than the MLS average.
That's a fantastic stat. I love that.
So,
thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, and so I also have a house cleaner come. So I have the sellers clean up as they normally would, but I have another home cleaner that will come and get some of those things that the seller will miss. So you think about like the ceiling fan blades and top of the fridge and the window tracks, water heater and furnace. So it looks like all in all, the home is really clean. It's been well taken care of. And then we have a professional photographer come. And so, I cover all the costs of these up front, so my sellers don't have to. So for buyers, what I like to do is, first I like them to meet with a lender. That's the first thing, because we just want to make sure that we get a picture of what they need in financing. And so they may need a little bit of time before they're ready to buy, but when it makes sense to meet, then we'll meet up and I go through another educational piece with them. It takes about an hour, hour and a half, and we go through all the steps from where they are now to when they're getting keys. If it's their first time buying, they get all the information. If it's not their first time buying, they still get a lot of information. I may not spend as much time on certain areas, right. Since people have last purchased, things have changed, right? Things are always changing. And so they get that piece, and they said, oh, last time I bought a home, I didn't even know that was what was happening, and so it's really good. People generally learn something there. We all get on the same page, do a home search together, and then set them up on a search. And so I have showing partners that will actually go and show homes quickly for them. Oh, because in this market, I have appointments, and they're scheduled. My schedule and calendar fills up pretty quickly. And so I realized that in order to be the best for my clients, the important thing was to get them into the homes quickly. They'll take a video, a walkthrough of it if it's one they want to offer on, get it over to me. We can get an offer in much more quickly that way and not have to wait until it's already gone.
Well, I love that you do that. I think that alone is an amazing service, because time is of the essence right now. You don't have time to really wait to go see houses. So the fact that you have already implemented that system right there of, hey, we got you covered, whether it's me and you walking through the home, whether it's you and my showing assistant, or whether it's my showing assistant getting a video, which is enough sometimes for people to be willing to make an offer, that's huge.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And as we strive to provide the ultimate real estate experience, right? Like that's kind of what you would expect, I would think, right? So yeah, we just don't want a one size fits all situation.
I love that. I think that's so great.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's so good. Yeah, you're welcome. Well, you guys can see why we are just over the moon about Lynn. He is so professional. He is a fantastic agent. He puts his clients' needs first, as we just heard. So if you are out there and you're thinking about listing or buying a new home, I am just going to put it out there that you really need to consider Lynn Buckway when you do that. So to learn more about him, go ahead and read in the comments below. We're going to tag all of his information. Lynn, thank you so much for being here. And I think that this was awesome. And I think everyone needs to meet you.
This is great. Thanks. And I look forward to meeting all of you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks so much.